Hello, Elsa. My name is Theresa, and I'm so glad that you have created this contest so that we could let you know how much you have meant to us. And just a few things to share with you as to how I got involved to begin listening to your videos. And by the way, I've got what I want to say in kind of like an outline form so I know where my thoughts are going. Anyway, I have been listening to your videos for about a year now, and I really enjoy listening to different videos that you have created. The way I came about understanding ASMR to my surprise was way back when I was a little girl. And two stories I can share about is when I was having problems with understanding English. I went to a library, or excuse me, I had no, I had a tutor that would help me with my English. And the funny thing about her was that when I was listening to her and trying to get the information, she had a voice that was so soft, and it would relax me so much I would begin to fall asleep. And I kept thinking to myself, I can't do this, I can't do this. I'm here to learn about English, not to come here and relax to the point that I'm almost ready to fall asleep. And the other story I have was when I was going to college, and there was a gentleman that was there, and in one of my psychology classes, he every time he began to talk, he would every time he would begin to talk, it was like his voice was so soft, so soothing, and I would again get into that relaxation mode, and I'd want to go to sleep. And with the English teacher and with this gentleman that I was in college with, as you've said many times, were giving me the tingles, and their voices were so soothing, and again they made me want to fall asleep. And then I'm going to kind of give you a chronology as to how or what it took, what led me to listening to your videos. Several years ago, we would have a Western stock show, and in part of the programs would be to have storytellers, and that was the only part that I would have my husband and I go to, and they would tell these stories, and it would relax me, it would make me fall asleep, but it was just, I love to hear stories. And then we would go to different locations where we lived just to listen to storytelling. And that, again, I love the stories that they would come up with. And it was just so neat to me to hear people, or excuse me, live. Oh, how do I want to put it? Just to hear other people telling stories. And anyway, in the last year or so, I'm sure others were looking for a way to relax them to go to sleep. So on my phone, I started looking up different apps to help me to relax. And the ones that I did find were more or less create your own sounds. And others they had a whole what do you want to say? They had periods of different video or different segments to help you to relax. And as good as they were, they just weren't putting me in that relaxation mode that I was really wanting to have. And so then after that, I started looking at YouTube for, if you want to say, relaxing videos that would help me to just relax me and help me to fall asleep. So as I was doing my search, I stumbled upon your videos. I stumbled upon you, and that's how I started listening to ASMR videos. And so as I began to listening to you, that's how I found out back in the day that what I was experiencing with other people's voices and getting the tinglies off of what I heard, that those were ASMR related. And again, I've been listening to you for a long time, and there was one time or one video that I had fallen upon that you talked about male whispers. So I grabbed all their names and wrote them down and started listening to several of them. And my favorite is, his name is Ben Gently Spoken. And the one thing that I really like about him is his accent and just the way he presents himself in getting, or that I begin to have the tingles. And my favorite video from him is the one where he reads Edgar Allan Poe's story, of the Raven. So for him, that was my favorite. The favorite video from you has been, there it goes, suffering from anxiety attacks. And I love just the way you come into the room, and it's a dark area, and you just lay down and have your hand up like this, and you do like a role play in, how would you say, it was, sorry, I can't think of it. It was like you were being our friend, and you were just kind of helping talk to us. And again, that was my favorite video. My favorite videos from you are the word pronunciations. And you do what I believe you talk about is, I don't know, I can't think of the word you use, biennials. I can't think of how to pronounce it at the time. But those have always been my favorite. there was a, excuse me, I'm doing this by notes so that way I have a flow. Um, there have been a time or two where I was in a public place, and just for the heck of it, I decided to put one of your videos on. And Ilse, it was not a good time to do that because all of a sudden I started getting hooked into the tingles and the relaxation part of the video, and then I just decided, I can't do this because this is not the time and this is not the place to begin to feel fully relaxed. To the point I began sleeping. So in those couple of times, I decided bedtime only. Also, this is the part where I wanted to share how my husband gets involved. And I've been telling him how much I enjoy these storytelling that people do. And so I asked him, I said, sweetheart, would you mind doing a bedtime story for me? And I would ask him several times. So this one time when we were in bed, he did. And his bedtime story went, there was a young lady, the end. And I kid you not. And I guess I forgot to tell him that I wanted like a several-minute bedtime story, but it was a bedtime story nonetheless. And I have always remembered that. And unbeknownst to me, he was also paying attention to your videos. And one time he told me, put the one on where she's doing crayons. So ever since then, I have been looking for it and I have not been able to find it. And at night, and my husband knows it usually takes me about 45 minutes to get ready for bed, and that's no lie, because usually, and I'm talking about my nightly routine, like turning off the lights, saying good night to each of my dogs, and I have a total of 3, and doing different things. Well, one time he added to that list, and let me know when you have picked out your whispering videos. So I thought that was rather humorous. And so, yes, he can't go to bed until my nightly ritual is done, including picking up my videos for the night. There was a time where you were away, and I kept waiting for the next email notification for Water Whispers, and I didn't get it as soon as I had thought. And Elsa, I promise you, I was beginning to get, what do you want to call it, withdrawals from your videos. And I would just wait in anticipation, and I tell you, it was quote unquote not a relaxing time for me, and was so excited when the video started flowing in again. And lastly, I would like to say that how much your videos have meant to me. First of all, I love your accent and your voice. It is so soothing to me at night. And I used to have my phone hooked into this little hook, I don't know what else to put it or how to say it, next to my bed, and that's where I would have my phone for my alarm clock, and also during that time when I was doing those relaxation apps. And then when I started listening to you, my phone went from to the side of my bed to underneath my pillow. And again, it's helped me to relax and prepare for bed. Excuse me, I'm doing this by notes so I can remember what all I wanted to say. And yes, you have become a big part of my life, especially at night. And every night I look forward to listening to you, to the new, and you've added so much flavor, Ilse, to your videos, giving us different role plays, giving us different sounds, and the ones my favorites, the pronunciations, and along, I know that there's been a time or two where you have also told stories, but your stories, from what I recall, have been in Dutch. And also you've given us some videos where you have been real with us, where you have shared your life with us, and I have also enjoyed those videos. And in short, Elsa, I just want to say so much thank you for the videos, or excuse me, the ASMR videos that you have shared with us, and helping each one of us, including myself, to get into that relaxation mode that helps us to go to sleep. And since this contest, I have started seriously thinking about doing my own ASMR videos, and that's the reason why I came up with this name. And I'm also excited about reading your book, and as like one of these young girls have stated, to learning the science of ASMRs, and just to get a better understanding of it. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us these videos and helping us to fall asleep. Thank you, Elsa. Bye-bye.